All right, welcome back to Onebar. I'm Lupagus show. Onebar Packers releasing star cornerback Jaire Alexander. We're going to talk about if the Vikings should be interested in him, if they could be interested in him. I want to know hot and heavy in the comments. How are we feeling about possibly bringing in the former Packer to fill a big need on this Vikings defense? This episode brought to you by Underdog Fantasy, the best out there, and it's not even close. Sign up today. Use the link down in the description or hit up that QR code down in the corner. Use the promo code SKOL, and they will give you 1,000 in bonus funds and a free pick. It is a win-win situation. It's the easiest. It's the best one to play. It's the only one I play, and I'm not just blowing smoke. Underdog Fantasy is the best. Use that promo code SKOL. Let's talk Alexander. First off, before we even get in if the Vikings should be interested or if they could be, let's just kind of just revel in the fact that the Packers got worse today. They did. Their defense got worse today. I mean, I know Alexander's a pain in the butt, and some Packers fans are probably relieved to move on from him. But the fact is, they got worse at a very important position. And JJ's and Addison and Hockenson are going to absolutely cook this year against that Packers secondary. So we'll take a sip for that. Secondly, you've got to ask the question, are the Vikings going to be interested? This is a position that, we figured they would probably address in the draft early, maybe go out and get a big free agent corner. They did sign Isaiah Rodgers, but we got the fact is their starting corners are right now on the outside: Isaiah Rodgers, Mekhi Blackman, and Byron Murphy. Those are the starters. Mekhi Blackman, we know the question marks there. The depth behind them: Dwight McGlothern, Jeff Okudah, Tavierre Thomas. So there is zero question that this would fill a huge need. Alexander plays on the outside. He could take Mekhi Blackman's spot and until we see what Mekhi Blackman brings, see how he's coming along with that injury. Alexander is 28 years old. There is no doubt that he is one of the best in the league. Just talent-wise, he is one of the best in the league. No question about it. We all know about the other stuff that he brings to the table, a little bit of a pain in the butt, going over coin tosses when he shouldn't. Packers clearly got fed up with him. And when a team gets fed up with one of their best players to the point where they just flat out release him, obviously that is some serious red flags. I've never been an Alexander fan. But this stuff back and forth with him and Jefferson, just the stuff he does, he's not my type of player where I'm just like, well, I could just fall in love with him if he was on your team. That said, he is damn good. I mean, the Packers gave him a huge contract in 2022. He rewarded him with a fantastic season that year. Since then, shit has gone off the rails. He has only played in 7 games the last 2 years. This year, obviously, just a lot of contention between him and the Packers to the point where, was it an injury? What was going on? The fact is, he just wasn't playing. And it got to the point where they're going to try to trade him. Didn't happen. Now they're releasing him. So, with Alexander, whoever signs him, like if the Vikings were to sign him, you would have to imagine this contract is going to be heavily incentive based because they need him on the field. They only want to pay him if he's on the field making plays. So that right there is a big win as far as not getting burned. This is not the type of guy that someone's also going to go sign to a long-term contract. I can't see that. No way, no how. And I would never want the Vikings to do that. But the Vikings wanted to bring him in, still only 28, bring him in on an incentive-based contract for a year and see what they got. And that also gives Alexander the chance to play in a division he's very familiar with. It gives him a chance to go against the Packers twice. He seems like the type of guy that would want to kind of be like an FU to the former team and try to give him a little spanking on the butt. It makes a ton of sense. It's just that the Vikings want to deal with this. He is coming into a team culture. I know a lot of people don't like talking about team culture, but the fact is the Vikings do have that. He's coming into a place where I feel the Vikings could keep him under control to a point where he's happy at least for a year to see what they have. So it makes a ton of sense. Like I said, I've never been an Alexander guy. If the Vikings did sign him, I don't know if I'd be able to also be rooting for this guy. I'd be rooting for him to make plays. There's no damn way, or there's 100% behind that. But it makes a ton of sense. I think the Vikings will and should at least check in on this situation to see what it would take to bring him in. 28 years old. It's a win-win. He comes in, adds another piece to a defense that on paper appears fairly stacked and gives a chance to go against his former squad. You bring him in for a year, see what happens, and then possibly he can go sign. If he's playing good on the field, keeping his nose clean, he can still get a big contract from another team, and maybe that would be the Vikings too. But let me know. Comments, should the Vikings be interested, and would you want them in that beautiful shade of purple? Hit up that promo code SKOL, hit up that QR code and the link down in the description. Underdog. Boom.